Yo, what's up? Stevie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Ready to
Awesome.
go.
Yes, sir. All right, so tonight, starting off, we've got Knights of Ishtar versus Cat Cowboys. How are you feeling about this matchup?
I'm feeling great about it. I think me and Defiance were going over some things earlier. I think he's gonna put it out soon. But we were going over some prelim stuff. We think this is going to be the match to watch this week. It's two powerhouses going at it. Albeit with some roster changes, but definitely out of all the matches today on Sunday, this is going to be the one to watch.
Absolutely. As a fact, I can speak on, at least for Cat Cowboy side, they just made a last minute roster change by kicking me and adding Linian. And it sounds like it's going to be a good matchup. I'm excited for both. I remember, I think they played week one two splits ago, and Knights of Ishtar won, but I think Cat Cowboys were the only team to take a game off them.
Yes.
So
Yes.
should look good.
Oh, most definitely. These
Looks like we're gonna head
teams have
right
history.
into draft, though. So let's see what's going on. Oh, looks like Knights of Ishtar's jungler is in the bathroom, so it's gonna take us a little bit. We're gonna delay a little bit more. Anything else you want to say about this matchup? Maybe about just the rest of the night?
For the rest of the night, I mean, we have at the same time, I believe we have DPS and Mingo's going at it, right? Is that true?
That match actually, I don't think is being streamed because
But it's at the same time, right?
yes, it's happening right now as well.
Yeah. So at the same time, we're going to be having that. I believe Mingo's will be kind of recording their POV.
Okay.
If not, then we're gonna grab their files for so that we can cast over it. Me and Defiance are gonna do that. But me and Defiance are pretty much in agreement. Mingos is gonna take that pretty single-handedly. I don't think DPS is currently in form. They've never really been in form at the beginning of the season. They're always like kind of like scaling their way. They're gauntlet runners.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, especially Your Back Connection did mention that he brought back old DPS, and I still to this day don't know what that truly means. But Mingos is back. Mingos is in the same shape that it was before, and it's ready. It's ready to go. They're ready to go.
Yeah. Well, looks like the draft is getting started. Knights of Ishtar banning out Ibis's Ari and then Linian's Cassante, which I have heard is pretty good. Cat Cowboys banning out Xin Zhao, Twitch, and Lee Sin.
Not bad bands across the board. I think. I mean, Ibis is Ari. You've seen it before. It's a really good Ari.
Yeah.
Much to speak of. We have the Varus pick being slammed along with Ezreal.
Varus is a good matchup. I think I definitely know that the ADC for Cat Cowboys also loves that champ, so that's both a good pickup and a takeaway.
Oh yeah, and this is exactly what we expect out of two pretty decent teams, especially in a fearless draft type of comp. I expect a lot of taking to occur.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No, I would say, looking at least for Cat Cowboys, just because being a part of that org, I know more about what's going on there. But their jungler, I think, has the tightest champ pool, at least from what I'm aware of. So like Diana is one of his strongest. He plays a lot of AP assassins, and I think he probably can play the more conventional tanks and stuff like that. But I'll be interested to
Diana
see
Lilia,
how
right?
he plays. Yeah.
Diana Lilia, yeah. We were going over a bunch of those things. And yeah, very tight champ pool, but hey, if they give it to you, take it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no reason not to, right? I mean, obviously, Knights of Ishtar probably they're a smart team. They always draft really nice, really smart. So maybe they're just like, okay, you could have the Diana. We'll just either we know you're gonna pick Diana or Lilia. We're just counter pick based on that.
Right. Ooh, the Ibis Yasuo lock-in. He last season, he always pulled this out as a Ari counter, but his and he like only pull it out in like very specific scenarios. But with the jungler who actually plays Diana, he can pull it out more often, and his Yasuo is pretty good.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I did catch that Yasuo last time he was in BTL, and I mean I really agree with you. We see a Mordekaiser ban coming in. It's a little confusing to me.
Yeah.
I mean, now granted, I remember, I forgot if it was Knights of Ishtar or Knights of Shamash, they did whip out Mordekaiser mid. But with a team that's already picked Volibear and Ornn, I really don't see. I don't know. I see the Mordekaiser as like a
I agree. They've already got a lot of melee kind of frontline, and more people that can be kited is not exactly something they want.
No,
especially with like a Ezreal who can just E out. Obviously, Diana and Yasuo are very go in, but Ezreal being allowed to kite is strong. So yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's the Ezreal here. They really don't have a way of locking in the Ezreal, like locking onto him as both Ornn and Volley. I mean, they're going to be busy fighting the Diana Yasuo who go in, and to see these last two pick this next pick here, I'm hoping that we get some sort of front line, maybe something to help the Yasuo get a knockup. All right, that's great. I love to see the Rakan. That's gonna leave the last two. What do you want to see out of Knights of Ishtar here, draft wise? You obviously said they needed range.
Yeah, so we're looking at mid support. Honestly, into Rakan, something like Lulu to get the polymorph off, or the Poppy. It looks like is what they're gonna go with because they have a lot of dashes on Cowboys. So Poppy gets a lot of use there. But I mean, Lulu's good in that she can polymorph the people who engage. So like Diana polymorph or Rakan polymorph kind of shuts down the combo, at least off of Cowboys.
No, 100%. I think Lulu is an insane pick. Okay, the Aurelion Soul. All right, this is definitely a scale comp.
Mm-hmm.
If I've ever seen one.
The Ornn for the Masterworks, and then the A-Soul. Yeah, they're looking to go late game.
And well, I mean, we're gonna see what Cowboys picks here. It's going to be a top last pick from the looks of it. Yeah, I what am I thinking here? Maybe set. Okay, set. This is very much go in.
Yeah, no,
the Ezreal feels kind of out of place.
I agree. Something like a Kaisa,
yeah,
who's also very dive heavy, would look good. I know he's comfortable on the Ezreal, so maybe he just wanted to pick that for the matchup into Varus. But as far as team comp looks, it does maybe feel a little bit out of place. But Ezreal can play very aggressive as well, just because he does have that E to escape. So
right, he can be a little ignorant if he really wants to be, especially since he's really comfortable on the champ. Obviously, he knows the ins and outs. He knows a lot more than I do about it. So, I mean, how are you liking the draft so far? Obviously, we have a very going in comp versus a comp that kind of wants to sit back and scale.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just interested to see how it plays out, just because I think it'll be very volatile. Cowboys, I think, need to get a lead early, before like Ornn and A-Soul scale out of control. Because Ornn himself can be a problem, but like once he gets Masterworks on all four of his teammates, I don't remember the exact stat, but that's worth like an extra 2. It's not 2K. Maybe it's 1,000 gold per person extra in stats. Which is just being up that in stats is so strong.
Is about 1,000 gold.
Okay, yeah, and I think That's almost as if you're up 2 levels, because 1 level's worth about 500 golden stats. So just having someone stats wise be up 2 levels is super strong, especially if you're neutral or even ahead. So Cat Cowboys, I think, need to get ahead early and strong and put an end to the game before 30 minutes.
100%. It also makes Ornn extremely tanky, which honestly, Ezreal not the best tank killer. I mean, Diana and Yasuo not really the best tank killers in my opinion. Like you said, if they keep it even and keep this game going for a while, Cat Cowboys is in deep trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the set can get a good ult onto the Ornn or the Volibear into the Varus and Asol and get a huge chunk there to initialize a fight, or even like in the middle of a fight once they've already been dove. That can be really good, but yeah, I don't know.
It just feels it's a lot easier to execute KOI's comp than it is to execute Cat Cowboys' comp.
Yeah, they can give the first few dragons, maybe trade grubs for them, and then start fighting on dragon 3 or 4, and if they haven't been put behind, they're gonna start really dominating.
Yeah, and honestly, even speaking about some of these matchups, I mean, the Yasuo Aurelion Soul. I mean, Yasuo really has to put the pedal to the metal here in this matchup. It's not even that bad for Asol because Windwall doesn't even stop Q, Asol Q. So that's a little bit of a knowledge check for those who don't know. When Aurelion Soul spits on you, Windwall does not stop it.
Right, because it doesn't count as a projectile.
So a little bit of a matchup check, but hey, I believe in the Ibis Yasuo.
Yes,
I've always believed.
They are looking to win. Well, both teams are, obviously. We're going to go for about a 2.5 minute break as Spectator Client catches up, and we'll be right back. All right, heading in, loading up. Oh no, don't tell me it's doing the bug where it doesn't load. Okay, we're in.
Yes.
Okay, you want to pause at 5?
Yeah, I'm paused at 5.
Alrighty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
10. Cool.
Good to go. Okay, first game of the season. This is gonna be a very two top teams that me and Indefiance both had in our power rankings. Either we switched them between 1 and 2, or I have very stable KOI 1 and then Cat Cowboys 2. But it's gonna be a 5-point from everyone. A very quiet beginning to this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we said, some quite important. Oh, a little bit of a Tygoon's gonna start getting the first touch here as Etoe E-start. I like it. Ive is gonna be chunked out.
He has enough time to get his back in. You have to back. If you back before 56 seconds, you'll get back and at the same time as the wave. So, only thing they lose is mana flow on Etoe, pretty much. Or not lose, I suppose. That's a gain, but.
Ooh, a little bit of a shenanigan going to take control of that early bush there. A little bit of a, I mean, that's a little bit of a chunk when you ask me. Tygoon to be taking that damage there. I mean, hey, that's like one Belcost Q. It took 2 of them. It's like Omni-Man when he was like, yo, look what they need to mimic a fraction of my power.
Ooh, Linian getting some good punches in on Chicken.
Oh, wow. That is some trade.
I think that's a pretty solid counter in the top lane. So I can kind of just walk at orange.
I think, yeah.
If he had W level, I think he kills. You might still be able to just walk under and kill him under tower, maybe, with flash. Ooh, got the level.
This is quite dangerous. I know, you know, obviously Set wants this early kill here. It'd be really nice to get it. And he can probably get it here on the bounces.
Little poor tracking on the blue jungle. They pinged Volibear on the wolves, and he was actually going for a mid gank. Ibis survives, but takes a big chunk of his health gone. Did not burn flash, though.
Okay, we're gonna see a couple, you know, cautionary pings come out as Lenin is currently in I mean, I don't personally like his spot too much as Volley is pathing upwards. But he does have a big enough health lead where it kind of doesn't matter. Where like Chicken the Wing's gonna be a little scared. I mean, as he should be. This is a counter matchup. And Diana finishing her jungle clear here, just in time for the scuttle, and with priority in the bot lane, this is almost scared. I think I'm interested to see how Ventro plays this mid lane, as regardless of whether I think Etoe beats Yasuo, it is very difficult to do it.
Gank bot lane, and I mean, this is what we talked about, right? They have the prio in the bot lane, and KOI just needs to kind of stay stable until they scale.
Even now, Frostbite is still not in, you know, not totally safe, as their burst is considerable. I mean, one Rakan W here into, you know, Ezreal combo is just right. But they'll decide to take an early exit. Now, honestly, I need to see how this, because obviously Diana did her full clear, and then was able to gank. Volley got the same amount. I mean, they're both on the same, PS. It's just that the clear was slightly faster than the Diana, and with the priority, they were able to get an early jungle gank off. I want to see what Etoe here can do to kind of equalize everything. As Tygoon comes to the mid lane, drops the ignite, and that's not going to be enough. As
a good roam
Ventro interrupts his W.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, Tygoon in his own right, perfect time to go in, right? But Diana now here in the mid lane. There's a lot of scuffling happening right now. Ventro doesn't have enough mana to kind of fight this if everyone comes down here.
Ooh. Almost a kill in the top lane. Trading flashes.
Jesus. Yeah, so I want to know how much do you know about Leanin? I mean, he's obviously new to the scene here, and he's completely new to me. There's this guy.
I'll be honest.
Obviously, putting in some. Oh, wait a minute, that's gonna be a death.
Yep.
Yeah, a little bit. You can't walk up there.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna either back. You gotta give the wave.
Right. Yeah. No. So honestly, I don't know much about him either, besides the fact that he took my spot. So. But it's a valid take. I was role swapping. He actually plays the role, and I was just kind of taking charge of the team this time around, and they want to win. They want to win the split this time. We've come close, and me role swapping is worse than having a person who's decent on the role already. He doesn't have to learn the role, so decided to go with him.
I remember you're a support, right?
I've been support, yeah, for the past couple seasons, but I'm gonna tell you now, I kind of despise that role. So, looking to swap. Not exactly sure where. I was gonna go top here, but right now I'm on the team as a sub for every single role technically. But I've yet to decide an official new role swap. Besides the fact that it's just not support.
I mean, I hope you find your spot. As Poppy here is going to discover that they're doing the dragon, and honestly, this is a pretty dangerous spot for everyone, as Varus is not going to be to this fight, but Ezreal will. So they're going to have to give, like you said, they might have to give 1 or 2 dragons. They have to work on scaling. That is the entirety of this comp, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm curious though, if Linian can get enough of a lead up here in the top to the point where Ornn falls behind in levels and he doesn't get to those upgrades early enough, that can be a really big problem. Because 100%. I think ideally you want to be like getting. Hope there's another kill top. I think you want to be getting to your upgrades by like 22, 23ish. I don't know the exact level timing on 14. But with multiple solo
his
kills,
comes at 13.
Yeah, he gets his at 13, but he can start upgrading his team at 14 and on. And if that's delayed, like beyond like what the normal, like the ideal Ornn timing is, that's really bad for the scaling.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, granted, right now a 2-0 lead, 20 CS lead. I mean, it's generally this, as most people would say, top lane's over. Yeah. Right. It is. Now, this is a matter of whether Chicken the Wing can now just, in a sense, not necessarily, I mean, these fights have been forced to an extent, but chill out and continue to farm, maybe make some impacts outside of his lane. Like here in mid lane, Ventro is going to get flash ulted on. This is huge, as Ventro will be able to survive it. He is tanky enough. The Ornn coming a little late. It is going to hit. Ibis not in trouble whatsoever. I mean, he could be out. No, I don't think he. Surely, Ibis does not leave, right? Surely he does not get out, right? surely somebody here has to die. Nate has to die here, and that is going to be a kill to the volley bear. As Tygoon is going to make an attempt to dash in, try to get a knockup. I think that was well played by Ibis. I mean, this is just showing exactly what you said. Fear to Yasuo, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It is looking like Volperto is looking for a more AP heavy build on the volley bear, which means he's going to be doing damage versus being more tanky. Which means he could get some one shots, but he also might, at a point, kind of get one shot. But they get a good jungle fight.
A lot happening here, and that's going to be the Rakan going down. The engage from the Diana here, as Ezreal's going to really try and get out. I missed ult by the volley, but it's not going to matter as he's going to flash over and kill the Ezreal. As Ibis fights for his life here, 1 health. He's going to get the double. Yeah. I have no words. I mean, he dies for it, but excuse me.
Yeah, that's 2 kills, and I mean, it's kind of a really heavy trade fight, 3 for 3, I think, but Lineage, that was 4v5. Lineage is just pushing top solo here, and getting a even like stronger lead.
Yeah, he's up now, almost 40 CS.
Like that was a 3 for 3 in a 4v5, which is it feels good when you're behind to have a 3 for 3, but having someone not be there and he just gets to keep solo scaling is not ideal either.
I mean, he could have honestly taken first turret here. I understand backing here is the correct move, as the entirety of the entirety of KOI is in the top side, and he can just take the turret later. But he's gonna have to he's gonna TP here, and they're going to be absolutely looking as Ornn is occupied in the top lane. As they're going to engage on the volley bear here, and he's just gonna fall immediately like Swiss cheese.
He did get the 3rd grub, so they have all 6 grubs for blue side.
That is definitely going to help stall this game, as they will not have the pushing power that they usually would have if they would have gotten it. But I mean, 3k gold behind, they're already engaging in jungle shenanigans, going into the jungle, and even harassing this Aurelion Soul. Keeping this Aurelion Soul from farming is probably one of the more important things that they can do right now, as they basically solidify the win in the top lane. Yeah, and in the bot lane,
Ornn being him being at that fight bot, and him just he just gave up so many waves. He's already down 2 levels, and like what you were talking about earlier, right? Like, he needs to hit those level marks to buff his team at a early enough point in the game where it matters. And if he just keeps giving up CS, giving up XP, he might never hit that breakpoint.
And it's going to be the first turret falling. I believe so. First turret at 12 minutes. I hope any of it'll be 12:40, I believe. Is he an auto? Yep. That is, I believe that's
fight bot lane. Huge Ezreal. Oh, but there goes Rakan.
Yeah, Frostbite here. Frostbite able to lay down the damage. I mean, this is good. Getting this dragon here further gives them time, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, we're talking about how behind the Ornn is, but honestly, right now, the Ornn can kind of just sit back and do his thing, right? Just farm in this side lane, get the levels that you need. Let you're 1 dragon to 1 dragon, so you have time now. You have 6 grubs, so
absolutely.
I think we're gonna enter this mid game. It's gonna be very interesting, as I mean, this set's really strong.
Yeah, and looking at Diana build, looking like she's going for definitely more of a bruiser setup, not really going for a one shot. Just wants to kind of, because I think that next item is going into Rift Makers, so just wants to kind of be tankier in the fights.
And that. I mean, honestly, this is what I expect from somebody who's played so much Diana. Is that they know exactly what they're doing, and they're just not going for whatever build that they see either on online op.gg or u.gg. And this is definitely showing me, as somebody who doesn't know Natebait, is that he knows his champ.
Absolutely.
Man, I want to see where Ventro here is at his stacks. He's currently sitting on 101 stacks at 14 minutes. That's not too bad. Granted, the amount of times people have been in his lane, generally not bad. But as Yasuo is kind of overextended here, but I don't think this is much of an issue as he's gonna win while the Ornn ult, and he's gonna. Davis is just playing like a monster right now, as I believe that's also Etoe going down. Okay, he's a big Etoe, but that's not going to be enough damage. Unfortunately, that's not going to really do much as Etoe has opted to go for a much more tanky build, in my opinion.
Oh, he trades. He gets the shutdown. They both shut down each other. But
Ibis is in trouble here as... Oh, it's so close! It's not enough, though. As I believe Venture's gonna die here for his sins.
Looking at gold here, we got almost a 3k gold lead in the top lane for Linian. About 800 in the jungle for Nate Babe. Just over 2k for Ibis. 1k in favor of Frostbite in the bot lane, and then 600 in favor of Tygoon in the bot lane.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Me and in Defiance were talking about power rankings and everything, and how we put KOI as one, probably because of bias in a sense. We did note that one of the main issues was going to be Tygoon switching from top lane to support, as typically Tygoon has played top for KOI. I know the role is boring and the role sucks. I mean, generally everyone is in agreement. Top lane sucks. But this is probably one of the bigger issues that they're going to face, is that if their top laner gets absolutely destroyed, then the game has begun to run out of control.
Yeah, and their Frostbite just gets caught out by the Rakan Israel bot lane. Another kill, they get a push mid for free because there's 3 going bot on Linian, but I mean, he might be able to. He has ult. He might be able to get a little escape.
Herald being dropped in the mid lane here as Set's going to fall, and mid tower's going to fall in response. They're gonna trade mid tower for the Set kill. Ooh, I don't know who. Man, revoke their license.
Yeah,
Mods,
that was
revoke their license.
Yeah. True, Moyman. True. Cowboys just needed to drop 4 players and get 3 random imports. I think most of these players, besides Ether and Linian, so Nate Babe and Steel, I think are Ibis's friends from college who we played on a team with there. So they've already got a lot of built up
chemistry.
Yeah, chemistry.
That's I mean, and that's what makes teams strive. And the flash out from Nate Babe, as KOI is gonna go in, but Nate Babe is just gonna respond, "No, I do not care, and I'm going in." But he's gonna get absolutely blown up. But Ventro's basically out of this fight, and so is Tygoon, and so is Frostbite. As the TP comes down from the Set, Chicken Wing doing his
Ezreal
best.
Just gets 2 kills there in the top of the fight.
Ooh.
The wing about to go down again.
Ether not letting up and chasing after Vaperto, and he is pretty tanky. I mean, he's gonna keep messing with them, as Ezreal's gonna hop over the wall.
Okay, and Ventro's here, and he can do some damage.
He can, but he's gonna get
what's going on him.
Ooh. No, this is not good. Ventro needs to get out. I mean, it's unfortunate to say. I mean, this game is it's a 7,000 gold lead. This game's kind of getting, this game's getting out of control.
Wait a minute, I only need a delay if I was watching the games live. There's already a 3-minute delay, brother.
This is why this Moitman guy got kicked off.
Yeah, for real. It's
Yeah,
not
bro,
because he
like,
started
what is
hating
this?
the game, it's because he's stupid and an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. He started focusing on more important things like his real life job and franchising Cat Cowboys to Overwatch instead of just League of Legends. I know it's your team! Oh my goodness.
Snooze fast, snooze fast. And we get a little bit more quiet as the big man, Atakan, spawns in the bot lane. And with how strong Cat Cowboys is right now, this is definitely going to be something that they want to secure as soon as possible. As Roberto is just gonna go in. I mean, he needs to get rid of this Yasuo at one point or another, right? And they're just like, let's fully commit. And this is gonna work as Yasuo's gonna go down. Rakan's gonna have to flash out. He is gonna be able to get out here.
It's a Ventro TP.
I mean, and in the top lane, I mean, now we're starting to see that, you know, Chicken the Wing, despite being 2 levels down, is able to, you know, keep the wave clear going. He's not, you know, he's not losing as much health as before. I mean, this is... They're going to lose tier 3 mid for Atakan unless Aesol can get there in time and clear the wave, which he can definitely do. He can just drop yep, he's gonna drop everything to clear. Not enough though. As
kill it though.
yeah.
If
Not enough
there,
as they were
all strong. They can just finish it up.
It's not too bad, honestly. Getting Atakan here and in exchange for tier 3 mid is not, obviously it's pretty bad because now it really opens up the map more than it already was open. But it I'd say you take a win wherever you get it. And Moitman, you can ban Vel'Koz all you want, buddy. Just know that the next time it's chosen, you're losing.
Ooh.
Because that champ is 52%. That champ is 52% win rate. He's finally good.
He'd have to actually play like Summoner's Rift for that ban to be available though. That guy does not play Summoner's Rift anymore.
I know, and speaking of Summoner's Rift, Ibis here might be in trouble, but no, he's gonna get a good ult, but no, he's gonna get bursted down as honestly, as much as we were saying that going in was the plan, if they stick as 5, you can't really go in. Because then you get blown up.
I don't know, like,
and
he was by himself there, and that's why he died. I'm curious how that might have gone if, like, Diana or, like, the rest of the team was there. I think Diana died way at the start of the fight. Like, they didn't actually get their combo off.
Well, I mean, but this is what I was saying earlier, that, you know, the execution is a lot more tighter. And here comes the Hex Flash as, oh my god. It's huge. That flash unnecessary from Frostbite, but I see why he's scared. Oh my god, flash W from Linian, but Linian's gonna fall here, I believe so. Oh my god, he's sustained. As Aether's also gonna fall. Chicken the Wing is finally doing work as everyone decides to join. Now this is the combo we were talking about, Diana Yasuo. No ultimate from the Yasuo. Oh my god, the enemy AC 130 above is going to be huge as Ventro cannot continue fighting. Chicken the Wing will most likely die here as he has to flash out, but I don't think it matters. The fights aren't totally lost. If you're KOI, you're definitely still in this game. But I think Ibis needs to be a little bit more careful in when he decides to engage.
Right.
And Diana too. I mean, I understand they're really strong right now. They're way stronger than their respective, like, you know, and opponent. But I mean, we're seeing some cracks. And the gold lead has shrunk from 7,000 to 4,000. Oh, yeah, 4,000. And with the pivotal dragon coming up here, because this will be, if Cat Cowboys gets this is soul point. They'll be on soul point. And while they have, you know, they have preliminary control of, you know, the river, I think they should be able to secure it. I mean, Ventro does not have huge art, but this is going to be a Verisol coming in. That's going to ruin Nate Bait. Nate Bait's going to have to go down here. I mean, he's going to pop the ult, but Wow, so tanky as Nate then dies.
Oh, set one shots Tavares.
Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Never
set
mind,
ult, volley bear
their combo's
Tavares, and
real.
click W, and he died. I mean, that happens. Fight started looking good, right? Tavares got that really good ult that chained a couple people, but it didn't chain to the people it needed to, and they just got dope.
And Diana lived for much longer than expected there.
Yeah,
the initial
she's
burst
at 3
that they
items.
had.
She's already at 3 items. She's got Unending, Riftmaker, and Leandry, so she's deceptively tanky at this point in the game already.
100%. I mean, I did not realize that she was just gonna. I mean, she got the proc of Unending right then and there, and it allowed her to kind of just be more of a nuisance because Aurelion Sol still has to target one person, and obviously you're gonna target for the execute. Unfortunately, you know, this set just kind of like went in, ulted, got the Varus.
Ibis is backing. He might have IE here, which would put him at 100% crit plus the IE buffed crit. See, I think he's waiting for his IE, yeah.
Yeah, as I mean, if he doesn't get back, he doesn't have TP. Ezreal's gonna fall here, and this can be Baron.
They're hitting it.
As they're gonna start it. I mean, this is a classic NA 50-50 in my opinion, as the TP from Set's gonna come out. It's gonna be a flank TP. They're going to know he's coming. Ornament items are starting to come online as, oh my god, Linian's going to be, oh, the root on the Rakan! Right as he ults! It's perfect! It's actually as optimal as you can get. Ventro's gonna die for it though.
He's by himself, yeah, they just lose the fight.
I mean, Ibis, you've done this before. Go in, Ibis. You have to. Please, brother, please.
They're gonna take the wins they can and just push out waves so they can't immediately push out the Baron wave.
Yes, it is the right thing to do, but is it the right thing to do? If you know what I mean. Oh, Poppy's going to
he just
fight. Oh, I think
I
think he wins. Honestly, I don't think he beats Ornn right now. Oh, well, Roberto's gonna show up. Wow, he does an insane amount of damage. Nice ult, Omega. I mean, we're starting to see the ornament items come into effect. The first one went to
Terminus on the Varus.
Okay. Terminus on the Varus. He has another Ornn item available. He hasn't given it yet. I'm expecting it on Aurelion Sol.
Probably.
I mean, oh,
looks like he's giving it to the
volley. It's not Nibble. Okay.
That gives him haste, attack speed, and AD. So not AD, but haste and attack speed.
Attack speed? It doesn't give haste. It's just attack speed.
Huh.
Which is not bad. I would have rather seen it go on the Aurelion Sol only because then you'd have an upgraded Leandry's. He finally gets the Seraphs done.
I'm curious if they're waiting to upgrade Asol for like a decap, but...
That's true, but he just got Seraphs.
I know, that'd be a long way out though, so...
Yeah, it's 3,600 gold. I mean, if they make it there, 100%, but I'd rather take the Leandry's buff instead.
I will say, they have not gotten super good use out of this Baron. They're about to get one tower, and that will have been the only usage so far, really.
No, I feel like they're still a little scared, and I mean, granted so, but the gold lead has cut considerably from what we saw earlier. I mean, they will be able to get this turret, which is nice. They're finally being able to open things, but I feel like what's really hurting them is the fact that this mid is open.
Right. Got 4 Cowboys in this red side jungle before dragon spawns. Possibly looking to get a pick. But looks like Rakan's backing for wards.
We are we are 40 seconds away from the next dragon, a very pivotal one, as this is soul point for Cowboys. Knights of Ishtar will be able to position first in the river as they will meet here. And looking at things, everything, Asol does have humongous ult, I believe. If I'm correct, he does. So this can definitely go into the favor of KOI really quick if something was wrong. That's gonna be a
Huge
flash art.
ult,
It's gonna be
Diana,
huge.
Yasuo.
But there's huge knockouts here, and I believe if Asol can get started here, oh, he gets stunned by Linian. Linian's on the Asol. Insane as. Oh my goodness, Linian's doing so much work here, being able to keep his team alive. I think Linian saves the fight completely.
And Steel's just getting so much, just like DPS off on these people. Like he was allowed to free hit most of that fight.
Yeah, we were talking about how, you know, Ezreal can just weave in and out of these fights and just kite. And this is exactly what's happened. I mean, Steel myself literally just like free hitting and walking around and just doing whatever he wants, as they can't catch him.
And that engaged by Natebabe, he got 3 of the. He didn't really get any backline members, but they were able to chunk all the front line to half HP with that Diana Yasuo combo, which really initiated the fight well. Granted, Varus just kind of autoed the Yasuo down, but that once it happened, I mean, it was. I think a kind of a done fight after that initial engage.
I think the MVP of that fight specifically, and you know, is Linian. He scared. So the Asol's mispositioned in the pit. In my opinion, Venture should not be there. Because it makes you susceptible. Really, it forces you to flash out or fly away, which can both. Well, flashing out is, you know, you burn your flash, but flying can be susceptible to any form of CC. He should have been in the river behind his front line, and then when they go in, drop the ult. You stay alive. You then kill Yasuo and Diana. He had to exit the fight really early, despite him being half health, and that left so much damage left on the board that, I mean, the fight spoke for itself.
Absolutely.
But Baron now going to be popping up in about 56 seconds. They're going to look for some early fire as another combo's going to go down. Yeah, and that's your main damage here. I mean,
now this is something I don't know. If positioned at the right angle, does Windwall stop Asol ult? That's something I'm actually not sure about.
I am the best looker upper in the entire world. Tell me here. The League of Legends wiki. Falling Star is considered. I do not believe it's considered a projectile.
Either kind of just by himself, I hear, but.
Oh no, spell shield. Counter spell shield. So I mean, you can spell shield it. Oh no, that's singularity. No, I don't think it can be yeah, not blocked. It can't be blocked. The projectile itself can't be blocked, but the spell shield will block it.
So 4 for 4, and Linian for sure wins this 1v1.
Whew.
That, honestly, that fight was looking lost for Cowboys for a while, in my opinion. Either kind of went in, I think it was a good flank, but he went in early, and he kind of died before they were able to do anything. But they definitely salvaged it.
Linian obviously proving here in game 1 that he is a he was a suitable replacement for you.
Yep. Can confirm I probably would not have performed like this. So good play on
very dominant showing here in the game 1. But hey, technically not over yet. Right? Anything can happen as the game gets later. Any one mistake from either team spells the end, no matter how far behind you are.
Yeah,
and with, you know,
looking like only one more upgrade needed because Asol got his
He got the Seraph upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Trying to be tankier. It kind of makes sense.
It makes sense, but you get the health upgrade from the Leandries anyway. I mean, you're not even getting tankier because the shield doesn't get bigger. The shield doesn't get bigger because it's mana based, and it doesn't increase mana.
Couldn't tell you. Maybe they don't know they have to put it in the first slot.
Yeah, that is one thing that everyone forgets. Putting things in the first slot is secret Ornn tech. Only real Ornn players know.
Absolutely.
It's very quiet. I wonder. I know. You know, they're trying to push out all the lanes, get some priority so they can start Baron here. As you know, KOI has really being put on the back pedal here, being forced to stay back. But hey, here comes the start. Yasuo and Diana can do this very, very quickly. But I feel like Tygoon has an idea that it is happening, as they're kind of split here.
Yeah, Linian's just looking to push, and if they send anyone, Ornn can't match. So if they send anyone else to match, they can just start Baron, the Cat Cowboys. So they're kind of in a really tough spot here.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Yeah, looks like they're pinging on him.
They're just gonna kill.
I think that's a good trade for Baron, to be honest. If he dies, but if he gets out, that's even better for Cat Cowboys. But it doesn't look like that's gonna be the case. Chunks
big shield. He's okay. So they're gonna take out the stat. They're going to fight for Elder.
That's true. Elder up in 15 seconds.
Yes.
And Linian's gonna be dead for at least 30 after it starts. Either forced to use ult. This is dire. I think Elder kind of just is given to them, and Cat Cowboys will have to just stall until that's done.
I mean, surely. Oh, there goes the Ezreal. Goodbye. Wow. So this is going to be Elder going to KOI. Honestly, all things considered, a really good string. But I mean, now how do you use it, right? You have 3 lanes coming right into your base that have Baron on them. I mean, it definitely helps with pushing. But you have to force a fight. I mean, you have no choice. You have big ASOL. This is the time. If there was a time to do it, this is the time to do it.
There's a GA completed for Ibis. That's an important buy.
That is very important. Now, here's the thing. ASOL just completed Zhonya's. So he did not go for the death cap, as I believe here. I mean, looking for a fight here is going to be quite dangerous. I mean, we're just kind of waiting in our seats for something amazing to happen, as Set's just going to start pushing the top lane. I mean, this is genuinely an issue because they only need to outlast. Half of it's already gone.
Yeah.
And Set is unanswered here in the bot lane.
I mean, all you get him, but that tower might.
True, but I don't think he can kill him. Yeah. Oh my god, he takes the tower. Yeah, no, I don't think ASOL can do anything because. Yeah. I mean, even so, the rest of the team has to back off.
They're canceling backs too. Set flashes on ASOL. The ult.
If ASOL dies here, this is absolutely over. Oh, it's close. He is with an execute. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, the dragon. But then the fight mid, they're looking good. Bar assault. They get out.
Ooh, Ventro taken down really low here. I mean, he still has ultimate. I feel like this is the time where you go in and fully ult. Like, you just drop everything. Like, now you can't. I believe a little bit of, you know, being scared. I mean, drop it now. This is your only shot. Q, you kill Yasuo. Yasuo has the GA. You just...
that heal
what an
on
hourglass.
ASOL, or on
Oh, and this is what we're talking about. The Ezreal's just gonna start steal myself, going to be able to kill, and I believe that's gonna be it. As bench Volperto will not be able to kill either of them, and that's GG. As the bot lane wave is pushing into that Elder timing was tragic.
I think it might have ran out
Elder...
just as it was about to execute somebody. Like, I think it was about to execute him and then ran out. Yeah, that's a game 1 and probably a bit of a upset, to be honest. Which is,
I mean,
crazy, honestly, for a
Jesus.
very back and forth game, putting them probably much more evenly matched than probably a couple people had them.
And Nate pumping out so much damage, so much influence on the Diana. I mean, hey, you gave it to him.
But then here's the problem: game 2, game 3, that's his pocket for sure. But do they pull out the Lilia or the Evelyn or like a Vi, which like granted are strong champions, but like not as necessarily much carry potential.
No, but definitely something he is still comfortable on. Lilia is not shy of carrying games.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to put it to break as we get set up for draft for game 2 and figure out which team is picking, or I guess KOI gets to choose sides, and then we'll be right back. Alrighty, heading into draft.
Yeah.
Looking like similar bands so far.
Yeah, nothing too different. I mean, obviously the Ari, Twitch, Zinzao, Sante, same things. New Jinx band.
That's true.
Bye band. Really taking that away from Boy, but that does leave. You know,
That makes me think
the
they're looking
other
for a
AP
hyper carry in the bot.
AOI.
Yeah, if you don't getting or banning Vi leads you open to like picking something like Zeri. I guess Jinx is banned, but
Isa.
yeah, Zeri, Kaisa, they can't be locked down well.
First pick Braum. Bone Cat Cowboys. I like it. Last time we were going only. This time we're gonna chill things out.
Mm-hmm. Although to be honest, yeah, I was gonna say, normally I would leave Braum for like a counter picker once you actually know what the enemy comp is drafting a little bit.
Here comes the champ we said should have came first game.
Yep. And I mean that again leads me to think something maybe like Zeri, Kog'Maw, even. Yeah, that's why
Kaglulu.
that's why the Vi ban came in, is they don't want that guy locked down, and Kaglulu is strong.
Kaglulu's very strong. I mean, I'm low-key. I'm really looking forward to see what, the jungle and the mid pick is here for Cat Cowboys. I mean, obviously, well, Lucian Braum. Okay. So how do you feel about that, by the way?
See, here's where, like I said, I feel like I wouldn't have first picked Brahms, because here you could have done. I mean, actually, I don't want to leak anything, but Lucian Nami, I think is a decent matchup into that, because you just want to go for the burst. Whereas Braum is, I mean, decent with Lucian, but definitely not as powerful as Nami is. But I don't know if they're comfortable playing that. I don't know if they're comfortable playing Lucian Nami on Cat Cowboys quite right now together.
Okay.
So maybe that's why they go for the Braum Lucian. But then again, I feel like the Lucian Nami combo is pretty easy to execute. So maybe it was a little early on the trigger pull for Braum, but maybe it ends up working out and they can block a lot of cog shots or something like that.
Historically speaking, teams that have been playing Lucian Nami and BTL have lost.
True.
So it might be a little harder than one stop. But we are going to see a Sejuani. I'm assuming a Sejuani jungle.
Sejuani is interesting to see with no other melee champs so far. But I mean, they still have mid and top to draft, and could hopefully get at least one more melee champ for Sejuani. But
I have to get at least one more. There's no shot you play Sejuani with 4 range.
I feel like I remember, maybe this was a long time ago, but at least 2 years ago I heard something about like Sejuani's win rate is actually higher with less melees on her team, because you get less baited into trying to proc it or something like that.
That is, I mean, yeah.
But
I would.
In a more professional setting, I feel like you actually do want to play around that passive, so it's kind of two-sided coin in that regard.
I think you want to play around the passive if it warrants it, right? Because I mean, playing around the passive would make it seem like Sejuani's the win condition.
Well, and you just talked about more mid, right? And it can be flexed, but I think that's on Voperto's champs. So there's a melee we were looking for sure.
That is one. I mean, where do you think is Wukong doing? I don't know. I didn't see it on Nate Bates' lineup, so if this is Nate Bate, Wukong jungle.
Ibis Cassio. I don't know if I've actually ever seen that. Maybe I've seen it once.
I have. I have. It's good.
Oh,
I
probably
like.
because I was playing and thinking about my own things. That makes sense.
Yeah, I like Ibis Casio. I mean, Ibis has just shown us
Yeah,
he is still quite in a really good form.
absolutely.
Even
That guy's a grinder. I'll tell you what.
by
Ambessa.
that. So it's Wukong Jungle.
Interesting how that portrait is bugged on the draft link, but Ambessa nonetheless. And I'm curious what they're
Oh,
gonna
it is the
pick
wrong
top.
direction.
What I didn't check. What rank is Chicken the Wing?
Plat. Plat
Plat.
one.
Okay.
I'll check. Wait, I have a platform. One of those two.
Malphite into Ambessa. Definitely kind of what you want. Very tanky front line. Of Sejuani Malphite.
This is
Protecting
definitely protect Kog'Maw.
protect Kog'Maw. And we'll see if Cat Cowboys can get on him. They do have
Wukong.
yeah,
Ambessa.
Wukong and Ambessa and I mean even Lucian can kind of dash in and get some autos in, so it's not exactly sold quite yet, but definitely an interesting. It'll be
Again,
hard to
this is
play.
where I feel like, yeah. Again, this is where I feel like KOF comp is so much easier. I mean, the objective's simple. Peel for Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw does all the damage. Right? Mordekaiser can do damage as well. But this is actually just peel Kog'Maw. Now, it's gonna be a lot more harder on the side of Cat Cowboys because Wukong and Ambessa can go in really easily, and to an extent, Lucian can too. But Mordekaiser takes one of you out of the fight, and you know you still have to deal with a Lulu polymorph.
Yeah, that's true. Both the Mordalt and Polymorph kind of make it really hard to get on top of the Kog'Maw.
Right. Knowing that you have to deal with still Malphite out, Sejuani out.
Lots of peel
Granted,
tools.
a lot of peel tools. Granted, not a lot of pick. So KOI is definitely going to be doing most of the reacting.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they can get far enough ahead, they can do the acting with Malphite. Combine it with Sejuani. That's like Chain CC, Kog'Maw, Shreds. But it's definitely a lot easier for them to react than it is to act.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see. I don't know how this matchup is, but I kind of feel like the way it plays out in my head, Cassio kind of just stomps Mordekaiser. At least the way I'm thinking about how lane plays out, I think Cassio might just run that guy over. And so if Ibis gets it super far ahead, if that's a possibility, that just like he can hit three E's on Kog'Maw late game and he dies pretty much. So I think they want to play around mid for sure for Cat Cowboys.
Oh yeah, if this is Mordekaiser mid, this is definitely going to be very difficult for Mordekaiser. You're right. I might even suggest. I mean, they're both going to be tough, right? Because they lane swap the Malphite to mid, and then Malphite just queues minions. You can treat it as if you were Malphite into range.
I don't know if he can get into range to Q. I think Cassio just kind of stands in front of the wave if it's Malphite too, and then Malphite wants to build armor. It's hard to do.
That is true. I'm just trying to think of if there's anything better for the Mord. I mean, we'll see. Venture's no, he's no slouch. I will say that for sure. So if there's somebody that is taking the Mordekaiser into the Rift into mid lane, it's him.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see how this plays out. If you could pick one team you kind of have favored for the win on the match, not necessarily on the series, but on the match, who would you put?
Right now, honestly, on this match, on paper, it should be I think it's going to be Cat Cowboys.
Okay. Well, we will see if that's how it plays out. That being said, I'm going to put us in a little break, and we'll be back to you once we get into game after spectator delay.
Okay.
Already paused at 5.
Pause that 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. 6, 7, 8,
Yep.
9, 10.
Good to go.
Awesome, awesome.
Awesome sauce. All right. Game 2, ladies and gentlemen, here of week 1 BTL. Cat Cowboys versus the Knights of Ishtar. First game, we saw, a good fight put up by KOI as they struggled to come back from a deficit very early on. We're hoping that this game here is going to be a little bit different. Ibis looking to get the first exchange here. I mean, this is just going to show that, Cass is going to be a problem. Oh, what's going on here? Nade bait. Oh, decides to start E as Mord. That's going to be first blood.
Oof. That's rough.
Nate making a little bit of a miscalculation as Ive is back during that time. Not sure what was really going on there. But this does lead to Mordekaiser starting E. Level 1.
Absolutely.
Which is going to make his laning already even weaker.
Now, that does leave Sejuani to back and start with boots, which means her clear is going to be... I don't know exactly like what that cuts down and how clear time getting from camp to camp, but her clear will be done a good margin earlier than it would be, just because she can get to each camp quicker.
Very true. I mean, that early kill there really going to help her out. I'm really interested to see how Ventral plays this. Obviously, taking all the sustain he can get, but if he can stay alive, not be cast and make it to 6, he doesn't beat cast level 6.
It's exhaust off of Lulu. Huge chunk from Linian on the Malphite.
Oh, Ibis here looking to a little bit of tomfoolery and shenanigans.
Ghost by Ventro. But he's got his team, Ambessa and Wukong almost there. Ooh. Ibis does go down, but Ambessa gets a kill early on the jungler. Giving Ambessa red buff. Malphite is no longer having fun in lane. That's rough.
This is quite bad for us as long as the red buff is active. This now turns what was a very good matchup for Malphite into a quite atrocious one if Linian can really put down the work here. Any trade here is a good trade.
I am curious, as they fight bot, looks like it's going to get a little bit of chunk damage in, but if Linian is going to go the full lethality, like Cyclo Sword into the, I forget the name, but the Spell Shield item, or if he's just going to go
Edge of Night?
Yeah, Edge of Night, or if he's going to go like the Spear of Shojin, like Eclipse build. Because I've seen both.
I mean, I think it depends on whether Linian gets ahead or not. I mean, if he starts really popping off here, it's just let's snowball even further, right? Let's just kill their entire team while we're at it. Because, I mean, really, all you have to do is kill the Kog'Maw.
Yeah.
So whichever gets to you fastest, then you just get that route.
With that being the case, I kind of personally would lean towards like the Cyclo Sword Edge of Night, but I guess we'll see what he ends up going.
I mean, the Edge of Night would be that build would be great because the Edge of Night gives you the spell shield. I mean, you can't be polymorphed right off the bat, especially if he gets a good flank off, a good ultimate where he just blinks over there.
Right.
Blinks to the Kog'Maw. Very nice. As a Etoe here, out of sight. I mean, what are we really looking for here?
Both junglers just hovering around mid, looking for something, I think.
It's almost like they know.
I would like to see a Braum roam for Grubbies, but... Ooh.
Okay, Ventro's gonna go in. That's gonna be a nice trade for Ventro. I mean... Yeah, this bot lane is getting a little bit, it's honestly a lot better than we thought. We thought, this was gonna be a lot worse for picking the Braum, but hey, it's working out pretty nicely here.
Yeah, absolutely. Pro play, the bot lane for Cat Cowboys goes top here and Ambessa goes bot. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. But Braum is going for
I saw Braum moving up and I was like, you are about to stand correctly.
Lucian is still going bot. But yeah, Braum is roaming for Grubs, which I do like him doing because that puts him in a man advantage. Although Lulu might have time to back and still get there as they spawn. But 15 seconds, they'll be late for sure.
You can see here, as Braum wants to get a pretty award right now. He's gonna be able to get that award on chicken.
Lulu's heading bot, so I think they're just gonna give them uncontested. But if Cat Cowboys can take these and then also like rotate their man advantage down to Dragon and get both objectives, that would be huge for getting them ahead.
As they already begin to rotate slowly. I mean, they still have Prio in the bot lane for now as it bounces back, but looks like they're really gonna overload the mid lane here to try and really get Prio. I mean, there's no way you start this, right?
I mean, Wukong is in their red side, so I think they're just planning on giving, I guess.
Yep. I mean, one objective, but obviously Ronnie's gonna have to trade, so. They're pinning they're pinning bot side jungle.
There are 2 camps for them to take, but not the red buff, which Wukong did get red side's red buff.
I was hoping I see a lot more action in the top lane, but I mean, with triple cloth armor, I mean, there's only so much you can ask for.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, Linian is doing a really good job at keeping us in his favor. Right? Bot lane's gonna see some action here. And the polymorph goes through, but too tanky is the Braum. There's nothing will be able to come about this. Are they gonna go for a regain? No shot.
Either does not have his shield to block.
Oh, what an ult! That's gonna be Lucian, but no one's gonna die here. In fact, this is gonna be a lot of damage on their turret. They're so low. As both Mordekaiser and Cassiopeia make a mad dash to the bot lane. But that's gonna be Mord ults. Cassiopeia ult's gonna be able to stall the Mordekaiser out. And I think, yeah, Ventro's going to. Oh, what an E! Doesn't matter. Flash ult from Nate Bait is going to take the kill.
I will say, looking at Ambessa's items, she has the Call Fields, which I think does not build into Cyclo Sword, so probably going the Eclipse Shojin build.
That is it. That goes into Eclipse. My Caulfield builds into Eclipse.
Which I'm a little sad to see about, honestly. I do love the Cyclo Sword Edge of Night build. That build is really fun to, you just pop people, but...
I can see why he wouldn't want that. What do we got on our timers here? Next Void Rip spawns in about a minute. As I mean, we're gonna look to see if we can get probably in the bot lane here, so that I'm looking at Cat Cowboys to rotate up and secure 6 Void Grubs, which would help them a lot. I'm trying to really make this in best, you know, be able to push. So this is a lot more stable than it was last game, in my opinion. I mean, stable still can be, as Ventro's gonna fight Ibis in the mid lane. A little bit of help with Tygoon.
I will say, this mid matchup is going a lot better for the Mord than I thought it would. He's only down 8 CS.
I think Mord's still scary, even if you're... Well, Cassiopeia is not the longest range, right? Yeah. So, it's still scary, because like, Mord still has EQ auto, and then that's full passive proc, right?
Lulu dies
No, Lulu's not dying. Instead, Ventro might be dead here, as the TP's going to come out from Cassiopeia. Ventro's going to get ulted by the Lulu. Unfortunately, it's not going to matter, as that's going to be a double kill going to the cast, maybe a triple here. Oh my god, that's a 4 for 0.
I hesitate, but that maybe feels like game? I don't want to call it too early, but that's a very rough fight to lose at 11 minutes.
Yeah,
and it just puts everyone so far ahead.
Mordekaiser still has ult. I mean, he could have ulted. I mean, I don't think it matters. It genuinely doesn't. And you're right. I always think it's too early. I'm an Azat fan.
Okay, yeah,
Never
yeah. Of course.
Never
Cowboys can always throw.
Yeah.
But
look at this, look at this. Look at this Ibis guy. Boom, ults. Yep. Okay. Ventro's gonna be Ventro's gonna be doing all he can here. I'm sure she's gonna flash over the wall now. Surely, right?
She doesn't have flash. She flashed when she killed Under Tower during the fight.
Oh, right.
Yeah, coming back a little bit. More to kill.
I mean, this is good, right? Because you want Kog'Maw's your main damage, but you also want more to be able to at least win his fight when he's in a death realm and come out with the stat boosts, right? So as long as he gets kills as well, it's pretty good.
Oh, interesting flash. I don't think he needed to.
No, but I mean, they're gonna start the dragon here. This is gonna go 2 dragons to. This is different. Last game, we didn't see. We saw them get the second drag, but they didn't get the first one. This time, they're putting a little bit more gas and getting the second drag pretty quick. And while still down about 3,000 gold, I mean, it genuinely doesn't feel as bad as it should.
Putting some more pressure on Ibis here.
Well, here comes the cavalry as Roberto is going to go.
But as the TPs, it does not get stopped by Malphite.
No. Oh, what an ult by Tygoon. That was a very good ult, honestly, to try and knock him out. But unfortunately, it's just not enough, as Roberto is also going to have to flash out.
Turret plating will fall soon.
I feel like you genuinely need Mordekaiser ult to be fighting these fights.
Yeah.
He's going, what's it called for fighting? My life. Instead of the usual, either Leandries or, Riftmaker.
Holy, he almost killed the Braum there.
So low. Much greater than TP back to mid lane here. So far, all turrets still intact, which is safe to say. 2 minutes longer than last time, as Chicken to Wing and Linian are going to be fighting for his life. Chicken to Wing's going to ult out, but are those minions? Oh, he gains 39 health off of
passive regen. Holy.
Yeah.
I don't think those minion shots would have killed him, but he probably would have been on single-digit HP.
If I'm KOI here, I mean, I keep my head up, right? Because ultimately, in the end, it's about getting Kog'Maw to farm and scale. So, I mean, I don't. As long as I'm not giving up too many kills, it's 9-3. I feel pretty good. He's gonna converse down here in the bot lane.
Whoever gets this next objective claims that
feast.
Yeah.
Tygoon's gonna get flashed on. He's gonna have to ult, but I feel Tygoon's dead anyway. As Vaperto's on them, but unfortunately with no. Yeah. Unfortunately, you can just leave the Seraphine alone. But hey, Kog'Maw takes another victim.
You know, he's making use of his passive. You know,
And that's a kill's a kill, right?
Right.
So, I'm glad to see people know how to use Kog'Maw passive.
True.
And that's gonna be first turret going to
I think that first turret gives them feats.
Yeah, that does. Definitely more than 3 kills had happened, and first turret would give him feats.
Which I'm curious what your thoughts are on, but the consensus I'm seeing is that you actually never want to upgrade your boots until you're actually already full build. Just because, like, the stat buffs are nice, but, like, not as nice as finishing items and such.
Yeah.
How do you
generally,
feel about that?
Generally you get boots after your 4th item.
Mm-hmm.
In any role. Support's a little bit different. You can technically grab it after your 2nd item only because support is only because support gives you like your support item, which is technically considered a legendary item. So you'll have 3. I feel like that's great. It shouldn't be rush boots upgrade, because if the game were centered around rushing boots upgrade, then it makes feats feel like they're a necessity
Mm-hmm.
versus something that you won early game for and you did it right, because it doesn't mean that it's over immediately, because buying boots now, like upgraded boots right now, for like anyone on the side of Cat Cowboys is just int. I mean,
Right.
it's running it down. You're spending 750 gold for menial buffs, and doesn't really help you. So I think it's fine. But so they're gonna trade Dragon here for Rift, which is great. And Bessa's going to feel the pressure here as, oh my goodness, Volperto, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Volperto's like, please leave. I need you to leave. Are they? So what was?
They did not get the Ambessa top, but then there was 4 on the Mordekaiser mid, and they got that kill.
Right, and they're gonna get turret here.
They actually got
Genuinely
both turrets. That first one, even tier 1 wasn't down with them, so they got
right,
2
wow.
turrets there.
Wait, that's insane. I mean, that's honestly one of the best trades you could possibly think of. Not only does Ambessa live, they don't even hit the turret. Like, I feel like going up there was a waste of time.
And tier 2 bot, they just got so much gold. Up 8k right now.
Yeah, these are game-losing decisions from KOI. You see the next 3 minutes for the next dragon. So there's gonna be a little bit of farming, a little bit of quietness going on. But I feel like if I'm Cat Cowboys, I want to push my lead. I want to go to the top jungle. I really want to get that top turret.
Yep. I would agree.
That top turret is the only thing standing in our way from complete control of the first quadrant right there. After the Baron Pit.
I mean, he's making it work, but I feel like the solution build looks a little out of the ordinary. I feel like I normally see people going, shoot. The mana, the one that gives you mana on hit first.
Essence Reaver?
Essence Reaver into like full crit versus Yuntal into Bloodthirster second, and then LDR.
So he has no mana item.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I mean, if he makes it work, he makes it work. I mean, this is gonna be a build to go in for the ages. As maybe he knows. I'm telling you, maybe he knows something we know.
Maybe.
But Atacon has spawn here. Everyone's gonna converge.
Cat Cowboys, I
map.
think, just want to stall here because Ambessa is pushing out bot. Stop the back. Stop the back.
You have to stop it. Unfortunately, Mordekaiser is gonna be able to get that back off. This does mean that they are free to fight without the Mordekaiser basically saying no, go to Brazil.
Fight's a little disconnected. Ibis is over the wall. But he's making it
Fine.
work.
Oh, the flash! Oh my god, the Kog'Maw's doing actually a pretty decent amount of damage. But it's not enough as there's no peel. Yeah,
I think like what you're saying, they need Mordekaiser for these fights, and he was forced to go bot to deal with the Ambessa pushing.
I feel like you don't send the Mordekaiser. I feel like you send the Malphite. Right, I feel like, I don't know. To me, sending the Mordekaiser just doesn't bode well. Because I'm pretty sure if you take somebody out of the fight there, Kog'Maw's job gets a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or they were low, so I mean, granted, Mordekaiser takes somebody in early and he kills Lucian.
I will say, it looks like Malphite ult is still up. I don't think he got to use it in the fight.
Now we're actually just running around. We're saving our ults for next game.
I guess so.
But no worries. Tygoon is on the job. Tygoon will have to blow ults and polymorph to get out. And Luperto flies in. I wonder if Ventro here is going to catch him. No, unfortunately not. Yeah, this top turret is still standing. All turrets are still standing strong on the side of Cowboys. A very dominant showing here.
I will say too, they're building no MR on the side of Knights of Ishtar. They're building. I mean, there are 3 AD champs on Cowboys that do damage, so they need it for the Lucian, for the Wukong, for the Ambessa, and Cassio is starting to hurt. He's at 3 items. And no MR really built for anyone besides the Aegis on Sejuani.
Yeah, and even with all the armor being built, this Lucian is still out of control. 804. I mean, it's looking pretty doomed for the side of KOI. I mean, what do you do here if you're KOI? Which is definitely an easier comp for them to play than the go-in comp that Cowboys are playing, a way easier comp that they were playing last game. It's a lot harder to mess up, in my opinion. I mean, jungle count 2-2. I mean, jungle count. Dragon count 2-2. You know, there's still plenty of game to go. Right?
It is an 11k gold lead, 10k, which is rough. That's really, really hard to fight.
But you have, it is rough, but you have Kog'Maw.
True, he is at 2 items.
You have Cog Lulu, which isn't the worst thing ever.
One good fight can definitely turn it.
I mean, yeah, maybe a good 5v5. I mean, granted, a lot of things have to go right for KOI for it to work. But I mean, we've seen it last game. We've seen them do things go right. I mean, this might be it here. They're looking a little bit of extended.
Mordekaiser might just die here.
I hope he at least gets an ult. Yeah, he does. Okay, double pull, but he's gonna die for it. Unfortunate, really, as this is gonna be the turret that they wanted.
They don't
Tier
have a
2
minion
top.
wave, it's just grubs, so they can't really kill it yet.
Trying to get more grubs to spawn by taking damage. There it is. I mean, 6 grubs here will make it basically inevitable that they take the turret. And with Mbessa pushing on the bot side, I mean, open inhib. I mean, this is going to get very difficult very fast. Baron's up, and they have so much pressure.
Ibis does not know he's on a ward.
And frankly, I don't think Ibis needs to care. Actually, he does need to care. Oh, I spoke too soon. But he did lay down a bunch of damage there. And, oh, they're still going to get Baron. Unfortunately, not able to pull the trigger fast enough. And that's going to be a dead Sejuani, I believe, as Vaperto cannot get out. And honestly, the Wukong engage here onto Frostbite. Frostbite's going to have to flash out. Mordekaiser's here, but he's not going to be able to take anyone. Instead, he's going to opt to leave the fight as soon as possible.
As
Mbessa is still providing
the Wukong. But yeah, Mbessa's still splitting, still hitting this into him.
I mean, and with Baron buff, look at this wave. Like, Jesus Christ. It's another free inhib. And with the mid wave crashing too, I mean, this can be over if not played correctly.
Kakaba's gonna play it safe and back out, yeah. Some more items.
Yeah, they're sitting, sitting 1200 on the Mbessa. I mean, Lucian was sitting on 1500 gold. Lucian getting really close to finishing IE. I mean, it's looking kind of doomed as the gold difference now increases to 12k. Minute and 10 seconds until Dragon. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I know they have to. Well, they don't have to contest this. That's the thing.
True, not soul point yet. They can afford to do
No,
that.
they. I mean, this was the luxury that they gained by getting 2 dragons, is that they can just wait.
But then Fat Cowboys also don't have to worry about a soul, so they can also just decide to push out top.
That's true. I mean, if they get turret here, with 2 inhibs down, this is very difficult to hold if you are KOI, as the turret's going to fall and the engage comes in from the Wukong, and it's going to be a full-on engage. They're going to go for it. And Ventro here is going to pop the ult. He's going for Nate Bait. Nate Bait's, I don't think he's going to die in time, as he has to flash out into the corner. He's going to then, oh, Nate Bait's almost dead. Nate Bait does die, but so does Mordekaiser, as did not get the stats needed from his from the ult. And I believe this is game. This is going to be a quick 2-0 from Cat Cowboys, as Vapercho's going to use a last-ditch effort to try and go in. And unfortunately, to no avail, he will also fall. Tygoon's also going to fall, and that's going to be the ace and the game.
A very dominating and like confident 2-0.
Yes, quite dominating. So I actually did not expect it to be like this. I had a feeling, but I wanted to give KOI the benefit of the doubt. But in defiance, what's spoken earlier, right on the money. He was right.
So if you had to give someone on the Cat Cowboys MVP for the series, who are you giving it to?
Let's see. I mean, there's just too many people on Cowboys. I mean, I want to give it to Leanin for the first game, because that interruption on the ASOL actually won them that fight. That was like game-winning fight.
Mm-hmm.
But in game 2, he kind of took a back seat to steal myself and even Ibis and Nate Bait. I mean, Nate Bait performed really well in both. I'm not saying that Leanin didn't perform well in these 304, right? But the impact cannot be more shown on Nate Bait. I'd say Nate Bait.
Nate Babe?
Nate Bait.
I
Nate Bait. Oopsie. I keep saying Nate Bait.
think I am probably inclined to agree with you. Very dominating game. Like he was where he needed to be when he needed to be there, and made plays and got kills. And I mean, he enabled Ibis in game 1. He enabled a lot of stuff to happen. So yeah, I would also say Nate Babe.
We're doing interviews. We're doing interviews.
I don't know.
Is that what I hear?
Should we start week 1?
Let's do it.
Series 1 with an interview?
Let's hear it. Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay,
let's hear
pull
it.
this guy
I
here.
need Nate Bait in here now.
You're gonna have to be the one to do it. I don't got perms for that.
Oh shoot, I don't even know if I have perms. So let's find out. I might have perms. Why didn't that work? What? That's crazy. Huh, like it doesn't work. Do I have to move him into temp casting? I wonder. Drop temp casting? Oh, it's because my ping went all the way down. I wonder if that's why. Hold on. I'm gonna try one more time.
Okay. If so, Nate, if you're listening, get in temp casting and we'll join you there.
think I can move into them. I cannot. It shoots my ping all the way to like infinity, man. That's weird. I've never had that happen before. Oh, there he is. He's in Cupcasting.
Awesome. Let's go down there and join him.
Welcome, Nate Babe.
Howdy.
Nate Babe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How are you doing, man? How are you feeling?
Pretty good. The pretty strong week 1 start for us. Pretty excited.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You really showed that you're more than just a Lily, Diana one trick. Two tricks.
Lilia 1 trick.
You have enough games on Lilia for me to consider it.
I'm not gonna lie. Pretty much my team just bosses me around. I'm their little slave.
Ooh, you'll like to hear it. You'll like to see it. More junglers, take notes. Take notes.
Take notes.
Absolutely.
Listen to your shot callers.
So I'm curious. So Ibis is shot caller, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
I'm
we take
assuming-
input from everybody, but I'd say lead shot calling. Yeah, Ibis is doing most of it.
All right. I'm assuming game 1. I mean, there was a clear go in mentality. Did you guys have any like fear on anything that that KOI was gonna throw out, or was it just like we're gonna do our own thing and see if it works?
Yeah, I mean we really like the Diana Yasuo combo a lot, so we kind of just locked it first round picks, just because we're really confident on it.
Mhm.
You know, Poppy usually counters it pretty hard, but I guess overcame it. It wasn't too big of an issue.
No. Yeah, actually, yeah. I'd say that pretty much hits the spot there. Honestly, I mean, game 2 was, I mean, that was even more of a landslide than we thought it was going to be. You guys seem to have played really difficult comps, or more, not really difficult, more difficult comps than the enemy team, but still seem to have slammed them. I see you guys have a new top laner.
Yeah. This dude is crazy. This man does not use a mic.
What? I'm sorry.
And he just pops off for us. It's crazy.
Wait, you're telling me that throughout this entire game, he didn't say anything?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. What is... Yeah. Okay. Have you ever seen that before, Lakey?
Can't say I have, and that's who I got replaced with. So now you know how shit I am.
Oh, no.
At top lane, quotes.
And quotes.
Mm-hmm. What would you
Yeah,
say?
That's kinda...
Yeah, Nate. What would you say is like? What was the team's mentality heading into this, knowing that Knights of Ishtar was probably the favorites? As they won 2 seasons ago, they are making their return this season. All that. How were you guys looking at, I guess, that dynamic when heading into this series?
Yeah, I mean, Ibis told us that they won a couple seasons ago. We were pretty confident just because our scrims have been going pretty well. We meshed together pretty well from the get-go. Like we all get along super well, pretty much on the same page with how we want to play the game. So, I would say cautious but confident.
Awesome. You have any shout-outs for us? Shout-outs to any people on your team?
Oh, top lane Kingdom, man. Like I said, this guy doesn't use a mic, and he just sits top lane and wins. It's the easiest thing in the world to just be able to leave him alone and have him win.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone on my team played super well tonight, so I think everyone kind of deserves their own shout-out.
Love to hear it.
Oh yeah.
You're new to the. Actually, I was gonna say you're new to the. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. You're new to BTL, and I was gonna say what your thoughts on the next series were, but there are also 2 new teams to BTL, so like there's no history there. So I was gonna say like where are you thinking that's headed, but I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, all my BTL knowledge comes from Ibis, so he said we got to watch out for the Mingos.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He knows what's up. He knows what's up. Yes, sir. Respect.
Well, with that, I've got nothing else for you. You got anything else, Stevie?
No, I mean I got everything I need. We're gonna take me and Defiance are taking this and taking this game, getting some clips, and then you'll see what we have cooking next week.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, of course. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. See ya.
That being said, Stevie, we've got about an hour till our next series. It'll be the Glacial Golems versus the Doctors, two new teams, I think, full of new players to the BTL scene. I think we're gonna we're gonna kill the stream for an hour, take a little break, maybe go on a walk, drink some water, and we'll be back in about an hour, starting the cast for that game.
I think I should be able to. I think I should be able to.
If you
I'll
can't,
have to make
I'll
sure I'm not
drag
doing
someone
anything.
else. I'll force someone else to. But yeah, thanks for joining us, chat. Chat,
Yeah, you
was
could
that
probably.
real?
Cat, was that real?
Chat, that was real, I think. Cat Cowboys just 2-0 Knights of Ishtar.
3.
That being said, we're going to end it there. See you guys in about an hour.